Now there comes a time where every water cooler's got to do some kind of maintenance to their PC, whether it's cleaning out the radiators, cleaning out your reservoir pump, or just cleaning out some water blocks that pretty much affects your performance. So today we're going to be cleaning out this EK Quantum Vector water block. We got two of them, one active backplate which cools the memory chips on the back of the PCB, and this one that cools the front of the video card. Now this is for an Asus RTX Strix 3090, and as you guys know, it gets hot. That beast gets really hot. So we're gonna actually be taking this apart and cleaning this, because this is actually gonna be going to my buddy who just recently built a PC and spent a lot of money on water cooling parts. And I want to help him out a little bit. I did have this lying around. If you guys remember, we put this inside the in-win build last summer, and when I disassembled the computer, it's just been chilling, just collecting dust. So I told him, don't worry about it, I got the block that you need. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna disassemble this water block and backplate, and we're gonna clean it out, because believe it or not, this block has had maybe 3 to 4 different type of fluids in here, and I don't want to give it to him that's, you know, a block that's already been covered with different fluids and, you know, possibly might have some algae buildup. It doesn't look like it, but still, we're gonna go ahead and deep clean this bad boy and get this going. So what we're gonna be using today for this cleaning process, we got a shop towel to clean any kind of residue or liquids that's on the GPU block. We got a toothbrush. Toothbrush will be able to scrub inside the jet plates and inside the cold plate and clean that thoroughly. And we're going to be using Crest 3D White. Now this thing works magic. I've cleaned the CPU block with this before, and it just cleans it really good, and on top of that, it makes the whole thing smell really good, which I enjoy. And we got some distilled water to clean some of those old fluid residues. So let's get started and let's get this thing cleaned up. All right, look at this up. So here's the water block. I mean, it's not so bad, not at all. I mean, it's not something where it's like corroded, and it's not like the jet plate is not clogged up, but it is disgusting. Again, I did run 3 different type of fluids in this. Shouldn't be so hard to clean it out. So let's just go ahead and do that right now. What we're gonna be doing is, again, 3D Crest. All right, and we're gonna just, this is a brand new. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just put some here, just kind of smear it some places, and we're gonna clean it up. Now let's see how it will come out to look like. We're gonna dab the toothbrush just in here, and we're just gonna clean it. Now you just want to go ahead and scrub. Now the 3D Crest, it will not damage it. There's a lot of YouTubers that have used 3D Crest, so I'm not the only one. And you just want to go ahead and you just want to scrub it good. You want to get all that gunk out as much as you can. And already just by doing this, I can already tell like it's starting to look really good. And you know what? It smells good too. So not only are you going to have a clean graphics card block, you're going to have a good one that smells like toothpaste at the end. And we are just going to go ahead and clean it. Make sure you guys clean the jet plates very good. Right here, this is the area where water passes through. We're going to dab. And dab it again. Now what we can do is actually just wipe it down. That's why I like using a shop towel, because with the shop towel, you're not really gonna have any lint or anything like that. And we're gonna just clean it up as good as possible that we can do. And look at this. I mean, look how much better that looks. That, my friends, looks like a brand new water block right here. It's literally, I mean, this is nice. This is what we wanted it to look like. Now we can't forget the plexi. We got to do the same thing, but with the plexi, we're not going to be using the toothbrush because we could damage it. So what we'll do is we'll grab a shop towel. Let's put these aside. We're going to grab a shop towel, put this in the distilled water as well. Let that clean. And what we'll do is we'll just clean this up just to get the fluid off these as well. And there you go. Make sure you guys put the O-ring around. Make sure this is sealed, because if this is not sealed, guess what? There's going to be a bad day in your PC. It's going to be a flooding. And we're going to start screwing. Make sure you guys don't over tight with this, because it can crack the plexi. You don't want that. That will also create any leaks, and it will just ruin your water block, especially if this is something that you guys want to keep and just reuse, because you essentially can just always just clean it out and reuse this without any issues. Just have to make sure that you take good care of it initially when you're unassembling it, and you will be good. All right, so that wasn't that bad. So as you guys saw, we just took it apart, front off, took the screws off, your O-ring, cold plate, put that jet plate, and then put that in some distilled water with the O-ring, and you just clean it out. Use some 3D Crest toothpaste, a little brush, and you guys can literally have your water block look nice and clean. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but for the active backplate. And now the active backplate, the only difference is does not have a jet plate. It just has a cold plate, which is it's not like a regular water block jet plate, cold plate. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take off these screws in the front right over here and take it apart. Now this one, I did not take the terminal off. You could do that. Actually, we probably will not need to do that. So let's go ahead and take this one off same way. Now same goes with this one. Make sure the screws are put somewhere safe. And this shouldn't be that tight. There was only one time I purchased a water block where it was so tight that I couldn't even take the screws out. But again, when you're putting them back on, don't put them too tight, because you're going to crack the acrylic, and you would not want that at all. And the last one right over here. There you go. It's not that big like a regular graphics card block, smaller, because this is just concerning the memory chips on the back of the PCB of the video card. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead and put just a dab, just a little bit, not so much like the other one, just here and here. And dab the toothbrush and just clean it out. We're gonna clean it out and make this one look super nice. Okay. Get that cleaned up. Again, try to minimize the fingerprints on here. And voila. There you go, look at that, brand new, it looks literally a brand new cold plate for your active coolant backplate. And we're gonna do the same thing for and get the O-ring out, put it in here, let that cool down, and we are just literally just gonna put some water and clean over here. We're not gonna use any toothbrush, or we're not gonna use toothpaste, because that will scratch up the plexi and we don't want that. We just want to clean it up, get all this stuff out. I am using distilled water for this part. Now once we got that hooked up, we want to line these up with the block, the plexi, and there you go. Now what we're going to do is just screw these back on together and we are finished. So we got 2 restored water blocks ready to be put into his system. Now we did bring these back from the dead, and when I say dead, I don't mean these weren't like in the worst condition, but they still did have 3 different type of fluids. And since we're going to be giving it to him, I don't know what kind of fluid he's going to use. I want to give him something that's going to be nice and clean, and this will do the job. So these are ready, just a little polishing on the plexi, a little polishing on the nickel for the active cooling backplate, and it's all ready to be put in his system. As always, guys, I appreciate your support. Make sure you toss a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more content coming your way. And as always, guys, sound down in the comments what you guys thought of this video. I'll be trying to do more videos like this, cleaning and maintenance of the PCs, so that way you guys kind of have a guide into doing it for your own PC. As always, guys, I appreciate your support, and I will catch you on the next one.